Let's look at the impact that high textbook prices have on your classroom. We'll use real industry data, and we'll start with a hypothetical class of 20 students. Now, industry averages say that 25% of students are not going to purchase their core textbook due to price. And what's worse is that 78% in a recent survey said they believe they would do worse in the class because of it. So they're willingly sacrificing their grades to high textbook prices. Now let's make the assumption that 4 out of those 5 are not going to make it to drop ad. Now, of the remaining students, they're going to take on average a little bit less than 2 full weeks to actually purchase their core textbook. So think about that. They're starting from a deficit. They're already a couple weeks behind. Let's just make the assumption that about 6 or 7 out of the remaining 15 or 16 are waiting some period of time to buy their book, and they're behind in the class. And conservatively, let's say about a third of those are not going to make it. Then there's about 10% of students who make the purchase but then never use the materials. I never understood that, but let's make the assumption that half of those will not make it. That leaves you with 7 out of the original 20 students who actually purchase the core textbook and make use of it. This is a very different picture than what you thought you started with. You had 20 students, 7 of those, 35%, are not going to make it. 30% are, well, at least have a low probability of success. And 35%, or 7 out of the original 20, even have a shot at succeeding. Now, institutions are under a lot of financial pressure with huge budget cuts, and they're relying a lot more on tuition dollars now. So it's in their best interest, not just the students' best interest, to improve retention rates, improve completion rates, and high textbook prices are getting in the way of that mission. If you start the class with 20 students and really only 35% of those have a good shot at success, it's not just bad for the student or you, the instructor, it's bad for the financial health of the institution as well. So affordability of textbooks can make a huge difference in this regard.